Welcome to this screencast on multiplying two binomials using the FOIL method or using the box method. First, it might be good to mention how we multiply any two quantities together, regardless of how many terms each quantity has. A general rule of thumb is every term in the first quantity multiplies every term in the second quantity. We call that distributing terms to each other. So we multiply the 3x squared by that term, by that term, and by that term. Then it would be the 2x's term. So the 2x would get distributed to all four terms, and then it would be the 1's turn to be distributed to all four terms. As you can see, that looks like quite a mess. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different terms, and then we'd have to collect like terms. Luckily, this video was about multiplying two terms by two terms, which is a smaller case or example of this kind of multiplying, and it's going to produce a lot fewer terms, but the procedure is basically the same. As you can see, this problem here looks much more manageable. Since I suspect many of you have multiplied these types of problems out before, if you have, pause the video and try it on your own. Otherwise, try it along with me. So first, we're going to multiply the 2x by the 5x, and that's going to give us a 10x squared. Then we're going to multiply the 2x by the positive 4, so that's a positive 8x. And now it's the 1's turn with each of the two terms. So 1 times 5x is just positive 5x. And then a positive 1 times a positive 4 is a plus 4. Notice that these two terms here are like terms. So on my next step, I would combine any like terms I get, 10x squared, and then the 8x and the 5x gives me a 13x, and then plus 4. This is as far as you can simplify since none of these are like terms. So that's what you would get when you multiply. Some students like to refer to this type of multiplying as foiling. If I write out the letters F-O-I-L, the F stands for the first two terms multiplied together. That's where the 10x squared came from. The O stands for the two outer terms, or the far apart terms, multiplied together. The I stands for the two inner terms multiplied by each other. That's where I got the 5x from. And then the L stands for the two last terms in each quantity multiplied together, the 1 times the 4, which is where this term came from. So all the word FOIL does for us is gives us an easy way to remember an order that we can follow to multiply these terms out. In fact, though, so long as every term gets multiplied by every other term, we have multiplied successfully. Let's try another. As mentioned before, you can pause the video and you can try this one again on your own and then check your solution if you'd like. As the word FOIL suggests, we're going to multiply the two first terms in each parenthesis. So x squared. Now it's the x's term with the negative 5. Remember that the signs come from the actual signs of the quantity. So positive x times negative 5 is negative, and then it's just a 5x. And then a positive 6 times a positive x, because we're going to multiply the inners, would be a 6x. And then the positive 6 times a negative 5 would be a negative 30. And now I would combine my like terms. Negative 5x plus 6x is a positive 1x, and I don't actually have to write the 1 out. And that would be my final result for multiplying those two polynomials. Some people prefer the box method, which is just a more visual way of doing the same thing. I'm going to write the terms 4x and then plus 7 over here going along the top, and I'm going to write the terms of the second quantity going down the side. In this box right here, I'm going to multiply the 4x by the 3x. That gives me 12x squared. Now I'm going to multiply the 3x by the 7, and I'm going to put that result right here in this box. That gives me a 21x. In this box right here, I'm going to multiply the 2 by the 4x. So that's going to go right here. That gives me an 8x. And then finally in this last box, I'll multiply the 7 by the 2, and I'll write that quantity right here. Now it's just a matter of assembling my final answer. So I have a 12x squared. These two terms right here are like terms, so I'm going to add them. I get a positive 29x. And then finally I have the 14. So this term right here is the combination of these two terms once combined. Here are 4 problems for you to try on your own. They're also written into your guided notes. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks.